Okay guys, so yesterday I went and picked up this little car. It's a 2012 Mitsubishi Galant. It's really straight. I am missing one hubcap, which kind of sucks. I already checked the trunk, it ain't there. I got it to fix up and sell, flip, obviously, make a little money. I got it home and I didn't have a real hot battery, so I had one. It was a new battery, but it had been used to run my Bluetooth in my shop, so it was a little weak and it would just turned over a little slow. Act like it was getting no spark or no fuel. So obviously the thing been sitting a little while. It hadn't been sitting too long because April of 25, so it's not terrible. I did go ahead. I could never hear the fuel pump run. Luckily, this is one of them that it's under the back seat. And I did take that cover off. I unhooked the fuel line. Now, it may not have enough pressure, but it does run. The fuel pump does kick on and run. So then we narrowed it down where it may be spark. Well, if the battery's weak, that may be enough to do it. I don't know. And then the other thing, it could be a crank sensor. I ended up talking to her again, and she said the story was she thought they run it low on oil and messed up the motor, which it was low. It wasn't out by no means, and the oil was clean. That doesn't mean all the good junk floated to the bottom or sunk to the bottom of the oil pan, but I've got the battery fully charged. It's showing 13 point something volts. We're going to get in here and cross our fingers and see if it'll start. It's kind of trashy on the inside, and it smells like a bag of chocolate starfish. Yeah, see, it still turns over slow. I'm thinking they already did some damage to the motor. And the bad thing is, it's not bad. It's got 182,000 miles on it. I did verify the valve train is moving, so the timing belt is not broke. Another issue is this shifter. So they took the screw out of it for some reason, and that button is almost impossible to push down. You can get it in gear. But it's also not throwing any fault codes. I need a new one. It's got bad spots in the screen, but it does work. See, no fault code stored. It does have some sort of food on it. I don't know what that is. Ugh, something greasy looking. Anyways, another thing that may lead to the crank position sensor is when you're starting it, it doesn't ever register on the tach, which I don't know if it's supposed to. But I'm a little troubled with the engine because when you're cranking it, you hear it, you can kind of feel a thunk, thunk, thunk while it's, you don't hear it, but you can feel it almost. You should be turning over a lot faster than that. So, I don't know. Let's do this. Let's squirt a little brake clean in the old intake. I guess if it's going to fire up, it'll fire up or blow up. I made a run to Grapevine this morning and picked up a big gas engine powered blower for when we burn brush, and brought it home and did, I guess you could call it a will it run video. I mean, it pretty much ran. It was something they had in service not too terribly long ago. The battery was dead, but the gas smelled fresh. I put fresh gas in it. The biggest issue is that it had for the throttle, it had an electric actuator. And then there was a little box, a controller, and it also had another actuator that rotated the chute, because the chute come out at a 90. Well, without that remote, you couldn't idle it up. You couldn't rotate the chute, so I had to disassemble all that and go back with just a standard, you know, throttle cable, which was easy enough to do. All the stuff was there. Just went down to Atwood's and bought a, that ought to be enough. Bought a throttle cable and boom, she's going. Let's see if that does anything. I don't think it's gonna. Well, dadgummit. Okay, well, let's put it back in park. I don't know if that's in park or not. Let's see what the dash says. Yeah, it's showing park. Yeah, this is, I don't know, they had this off for some reason, and the bolt that holds this on is missing. Of course, it's a special bolt. It's countersunk, and it's got machine threads on this side where it screws in, but it's got to be only a certain length so they don't obviously get in the way of that rod. I may just have to go down to the hardware store and buy some and make one work. Do a little chopping here and there until I make it fit. Let's take that key out. But if the engine is shot on this thing, it'll be a good parts car. I mean, all the windows roll up and down. I say they do. That one does. Now that one don't, for some reason. Huh. Mirrors. Yeah, mirrors work. Lock and unlock works. Radio works. Wow, it's got a pretty good sound system in it, actually. I mean, this was a pretty nice little car. Other than just being dirty, I have that panel off because I thought there was an inertia switch in there for the fuel pump. There's not. Headliner ain't tore up. There's one little spot there, just dirty. But headliner's in good shape. All the seats, I do have the seat bottom. It's in good shape. It just needs a good detailing, but before I give up on it, I would like to at least see if I can get it running. Oh, I guess it's just a generic. Yeah. Just a generic door thing. Whether one door or multiple, it's showing multiple. But we're supposed to get some rain here in a little bit. Hopefully it'll rinse it all off. And then I guess, I hate to buy a crank sensor. I guess I have to dig into that one and see if mice have chewed through it or if it's just bad. I'm still not ruling out something going on with the timing, because I read a lot of stuff on these about replacing them every, 100 and something thousand miles, and or I'm like, what? That doesn't seem right. We're gonna plug this up so we don't get a mouse house growing in there. Let me put y'all down right here. There we go. But it seemed a little excessive to me, but who knows? I mean, these little cars, these timing belts are a little different animal. That's why I hate stuff with timing belts. I like chains and gears, old stuff. You ain't got to worry about all that nonsense. Even my skid steer, it's supposed to have the timing belt on it replaced, I think every 5 years or 2,000 hours, and I've got 1,700 hours. Of course, it's a 98, so it may have been done, but I have no way of proving it, so I'm probably going to be putting a timing belt in that thing soon. Got to get a few of these little Christmas tree things to hold this back on, but Now there is a spot there where mice have chewed through it. I don't know. We may have to get it up in the air and see. Might get lucky and it is the crank sensor. But let's check the oil again. Make sure there ain't nothing. Yeah, see, it's good. It ain't over full. It ain't low. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to give up on it yet. If I can make this thing work, it'll make somebody a nice little car. And I do have a title to it also. Vehicle emission, yeah, 2012. The car is actually, I believe, November of 2011, so that should make it a 2012. But we'll see what happens. I've got 3 more vehicles to pick up. 2 more for sure. I don't know about the third one. It's an old Dodge Ram 1500, but it is 4-wheel drive with a Hemi. I think she said it ran, but the bed's got some pretty significant rot over the rear fenders. That's got to be addressed, or just put a flatbed on it. But it's like a 03, 05, that body style with the round headlights, the round tail lights. I don't really like that body. They're kind of ugly to me, but somebody will want it. But I think she wants like $1,000 for that truck. And then the other vehicles, there's a Nissan Xterra, which looks pretty good. And the third one is just an old, I don't know what it is, if it's an Impala. It's about the same year model as this, maybe 08 to 12. 4-door, white Chevrolet car. I mean, it looks like a twin to this almost. So it's probably an Impala. But it's got a lot of miles. And I think it would actually run. Everything else, like this one, she said there might have been an issue with the engine. The Xterra, she thought there was something. It was running and driving. It was making a bunch of racket. And then that little Chevrolet, I think it actually just got tired. And they parked it while it was still running. So we'll see. I'm going to have some more vehicles make videos on anyways. But let's let the rain hit this thing and wash this thing off some. And we will see y'all on the next one. Later.